Social Darwinism. Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection was about plants and animals. But when people applied it to human society, it twisted into social Darwinism. This theory claimed that the strong in society, wealthy, powerful, or certain races were destined to dominate the weak. It justified colonialism, racism, and ruthless exploitation. Governments and empires used it as an excuse for inequality, ignoring compassion or justice. It was never true science, just ideology hiding behind biology. Social Darwinism left scars across history, showing how a misunderstood theory can be weaponized to justify oppression on a massive global scale. Eugenics. The idea of eugenics was once promoted as a way to improve humanity. It argued that people with desirable traits should reproduce, while those with undesirable traits should be stopped through sterilization, segregation, or worse. By the early 20th century, eugenics was embraced in the United States and across Europe. Thousands were sterilized against their will. Later, Nazi Germany used eugenics to justify the Holocaust. What began as a scientific proposal turned into crimes against humanity. Eugenics revealed the danger of mixing science with prejudice, proving that without ethics, science can be twisted into something horrifying and destructive. Geocentrism. For centuries, humanity believed Earth was the unmoving center of the universe. This theory, called geocentrism, was supported by the church and enforced as absolute truth. Anyone who disagreed, like Galileo, faced punishment, censorship, and even threats of death. Geocentrism delayed astronomical discovery and blinded humanity to the true structure of the cosmos. Only when heliocentrism, the idea that the sun is the center, was accepted did science progress. Geocentrism shows how dangerous it is when dogma controls knowledge. By silencing evidence and punishing curiosity, this theory slowed human understanding of the universe for hundreds of years. Phlogiston Theory. In the 17th century, scientists believed that anything that burned released a mysterious substance called phlogiston. According to this theory, fire wasn't a chemical reaction, but the escape of phlogiston into the air. The idea dominated chemistry for over a century, blocking real progress. When experiments didn't fit the theory, believers bent the evidence to keep it alive. Eventually, the discovery of oxygen exposed the truth. Fire was not phlogiston, but oxidation. The phlogiston theory wasn't dangerous because of violence, but because it delayed scientific progress. It reminds us that clinging to false ideas can hold back discovery. Lysenkoism. In the Soviet Union, Trofim Lysenko rejected genetics, claiming plants could be trained to adapt and inherit traits instantly. His ideas, called Lysenkoism, fit communist ideology, so Stalin made them official science. But genetics was banned, and real scientists were silenced, imprisoned, or killed. Farmers were forced to use Lysenko's methods, which failed disastrously. Crops died, famine spread, and millions suffered. This tragedy shows the danger of letting politics dictate science. By rejecting truth in favor of ideology, Lysenkoism turned agriculture into a deadly experiment, proving that false science can be as lethal as any weapon of war. Miasma theory of disease. Before germ theory, doctors believed disease came from poisonous air called miasma. They thought plagues, cholera, and other illnesses spread through foul smells, not microbes. This theory dominated medicine for centuries. Cities tried to fight disease by cleaning up bad smells, but real killers, bacteria and viruses, remain. The belief in miasma delayed hygiene, sanitation, and medical treatments that could have saved millions. Only with the discoveries of Pasteur and Koch did the truth emerge. Germs, not air, cause disease. The miasma theory proves how dangerous false medical science can be when lives hang in a balance. Race science. In the 19th and 20th centuries, some scientists claimed that humanity could be divided into biological races, ranked from superior to inferior. This pseudoscience, called race science, argued that intelligence, morality, and civilization itself were determined by skin color. It was never true, but it gave a false scientific cover to racism, slavery, segregation, and apartheid. Governments used it to justify oppression, while millions suffered under its influence. Race science shows how prejudice can disguise itself as knowledge, creating deadly systems of inequality. It remains a warning. Science without morality can be twisted into a weapon of hate. Nuclear deterrence. During the Cold War, a terrifying theory emerged: mutually assured destruction. It claimed that nuclear weapons would keep peace because no country would risk total annihilation. The idea worked, but at a terrible price. The world lived under constant fear. One wrong move away from destruction. Even today, thousands of nuclear weapons exist, and the theory still defines global security. A miscalculation, accident, or act of madness could end humanity in minutes. Nuclear deterrence may have prevented wars, but it also chained the future of civilization to the deadliest gamble ever made in human history. Gaia Hypothesis. In the 1970s, James Lovelock proposed the Gaia Hypothesis. Earth functions like a self-regulating organism, maintaining conditions for life. In its mild form, it inspired environmental science. But in its extreme version, some saw Earth as a conscious being, with human activity as a disease to be purged. This mystical interpretation risks replacing science with ideology, where policy is driven by belief rather than data. While protecting Earth is essential, treating the planet as a deity can justify extreme measures. The Gaia Hypothesis warns us that good ideas can turn dangerous when taken too far. Simulation hypothesis. What if reality isn't real? The simulation hypothesis suggests our universe is just a computer program created by higher beings. While fascinating, it can have dangerous consequences. If life is only code, does morality matter? Could some people justify reckless behavior, believing nothing is real? Others fear this idea fuels nihilism, the belief that nothing has meaning. Unlike ancient dangerous theories, the simulation hypothesis is modern, shaped by technology. Whether true or not, it challenges our sense of purpose. It reminds us that some theories may not kill with weapons, but with the erosion of meaning itself.